Hello and welcome to the Tailored Expressions YouTube channel. My name is Terry and I am excited to share a retro inspired card using some products from the Hey Lady Cardmaking Kit. So let's get started. Before we dive in, I want to share the adorable Hey Lady Cardmaking Kit. This kit includes a zipper bag which holds the content of the kit. The card making kit includes the Hey Lady stamp set, which coordinates with 4 layering stencil. There are also coordinating dies that cut out the individual ladybugs, as well as dies to cut out flowers. The kit also includes the insiders. And you have to check out the cute ladybug envelope sealers. These are not included with the kit, but you can purchase them separately. Okay, so here are the supplies that I will use for the project today. I am using Plaid Background stamp, the Hey Lady stamp with coordinating stencils and dies, the insiders from the kit, stitch rectangle stacklets, rounded square stacklets, cherry pop Oreo, and Toffee Ink Pads. I forgot to show the Toffee Ink Pad here. Blending brushes, a white gel pen, foam squares, both large and small squares, liquid adhesive, and my Press-It tool. For cardstock, I am using the colors in Concord Grape, Rock Candy, Pear, Candy Corn, Toffee, and Sugar Cube. Okay, so let's begin. I trimmed down the colored cardstocks and used the flower dies from the kit. I ran that through my die cutting machine a few times with each color of the cardstock. For the center of the flowers, I used the cardstock in the color Candy Corn. I really love how well Candy Corn pairs so well with the new summer color release. It gives off such a retro vibe that I absolutely love. I then went ahead and adhered the center of the flowers with the liquid adhesive. I like using a tool with a sticky end to help place the small pieces together. Okay, using the rounded rectangle die, I place that over one of the insider sheets. I am going to use this part as a sentiment for my card front. I set that aside and I began to work on my background panel. For the background panel, I place a sheet of Toffee Cardstock into my stamping platform. I already placed the Plaid Background stamp in position and inked it over with Toffee ink. I used my Press-It tool on the platform to help with getting a better impression. I did have to stamp this twice. I then went ahead and used my stitch rectangle stacklets to give the edges of the panel some interest. Now going in with the flowers, I am placing it onto the card panel. I want to make sure that the flowers aren't touching one another and that there aren't similar colors or sizes too close to each other. I didn't mind so much the smaller flowers, but the larger ones, I wanted to make sure that each of the large flowers aren't next to the same color cardstock, so I alternated between the colors. After I was happy with the placement, I went ahead and trimmed down any that were hanging off to the edges of the card panel. Okay, so now to create the cute little bugs. I placed Sugar Cube cardstock into my stamping platform with the Hey Lady stamp. I then inked the stamp with VersaFine Clear ink and pressed that onto the Sugar Cube cardstock. There are some inks that are extremely hard to clean off rubber stamps. I like using the Stamper Spritz to help remove any ink residue from my stamps. It works so well. I just spray it onto my stamp and use a microfiber cloth to clean it off, and the stamp looks brand new again. I really love this stuff. So there are 4 layering stencil included in the kit. I will only use 2 for this project. The stamp created the head and underbody of the ladybugs. The layering stencil creates everything else. For the first stencil, I aligned it onto the cardstock. It's super easy to align as there are markings etched into the stencil sheet that matches up with the stamped images. I taped it down and used cherry pop ink with my red blending brush to add onto the colors for the ladybug's wings. I then removed the stencil and went in with the second stencil. I used Oreo ink for the spots. As you can see, I didn't ink up the entire set. The reason why I didn't do this is because I am not using the entire panel as a whole piece for a project. I am using the coordinating die and cutting out a few of the ladybugs to use individually onto my card panel. Here you can see the bugs once it's all cut out with the coordinating die. Super easy to do and so adorable. I wanted to add a little bit more interest, so I added foam squares to the sentiment and popped it onto the card panel. I also added small foam squares to the ladybugs and adhered that onto the panel as well. I love how much dimension this is giving, and I'm all about dimension on my cards. So to add a little bit more interest, I used a white gel pen and added highlights and details throughout. Okay, so before I adhere this onto a top folding card base, I wanted to give it a little bit of a matted finish. So going in with a scrap piece of chocolate truffle cardstock, I trimmed it to be slightly larger than my card panel. I then adhere the two together with liquid adhesive. And finally, I went ahead and adhered that onto a top folding card base. And that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Okay, until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.